Already got him cornered, so he's not a threat right now.
Nah, fuck that shit! This nigga is a fucking pedophile!
Who's next, huh? You gonna try and groom me next?
Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about someone who honestly I feel like we should have talked about here on the channel before, but I'm surprised we didn't considering the channel size, and that is going to be a guy by the name of Weegeepie. So I was made aware of this guy very recently, and some of the stuff that he's accused of, and actually, well, it's not even accusations at this point, it's really just proof. A lot of this stuff is just straight up pedophile shit, bro. Now there's a guy out there by the name of Toastify. He just came out with a video pretty much covering the entire situation. I watched the entire thing. It was a good video. However, I'm going to take some points of interest, and that's some of the clips that we're going to be watching today. If you're new and you want to stay up to date on what's happening around the internet, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.
Whilst the Weegeepie channel has almost 200 videos, information about Lucas as a person is hard to come by, mostly because during almost all of these videos, Lucas is playing a character. It's only thanks to this document that we have a glimpse into Lucas's personal life, and the brief look that we get is not pretty, as Weegeepie's earliest relationships show him bragging and flaunting stuff that no teenager should really be doing. His first documented relationship began in 2019 when he was 14 dating another 14-year-old girl. In 2021, when they were both 16, Lucas's first documented predatory action was committed, allegedly bragging about getting nudes from a 12-year-old girl. The messages are in French but have been translated. She's so hot. She's not 12 years old, it's impossible. What the f***? It's the first time I send my d to someone else than you. Wait, but finally someone that goes further. This lines up with a 12-year-old girl who spoke out about Weegeepie back in late 2021, showing messages discussing sexual diseases, soliciting nudes, and just straight up sexting. And you gotta remember, 2021 was Weegeepie's peak. This is the time when he was getting his most viewed videos. His responses to this being exposed at the time were shrugging off the situation, threatening legal action against a 12-year-old, and eventually enlisting someone to manipulate this girl into a false confession. Sorry, tell him you faked it. If you don't tell him you faked it, this is gonna go really bad. I beg you to tell him before it's too late. This is very important. You have to tell him before something very bad happens for me. If you don't tell him, I'll never forgive you. Please tell him. Tell him it was fake. Tell him you made it up because you were angry. Please. But I would call myself a liar. I told him everything. I don't know what to do. Then he'll tell me why I'm defending you. Would you rather call yourself a liar without any consequences, or not call yourself a liar and make me in huge trouble? If he asks you why you're defending me, just tell him you were angry, and that you faked it, and that you feel sorry about it because I was nice to you always. Hey Ouija, I already solved your problem, hehe. Thanks. Now don't add her on this account. While some may try and point out that Weegeepie and this individual were both minors at the time, a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old sexting is pretty unacceptable regardless of whatever legal things are put in place.
Now, as was just stated, I mean, this guy Lucas, or Weegeepie, he was doing really well for himself, literally has a dream job that anyone would want. And of course, like any normal person in this position, talking to minors would be like the next best thing. I mean, it's actually kind of crazy to me, because the thing that made me laugh about this whole situation, especially this first part that we're going over, is the fact that this guy tried to play it off at first, and then behind closed doors on Snapchat was begging with the 12-year-old to make it seem like it was faked. Like, my God, begging with a 12-year-old? Insane work, I gotta admit. Now, of course, it's gonna get worse from here, but I just want to take a moment to show you what kind of content this guy actually makes. Obviously, this stuff is directed towards little kids. You can even tell that by the thumbnail. If you watch the actual videos, you would see as much. Now, I don't really think it should go without saying that a sick creep like this shouldn't be anywhere on YouTube or anywhere near kids content or kids in general. This guy's a fucking menace. Now, one thing that Toastify does point out in this part of the video is that they were both minors at the time. However, a 16 and a 12-year-old shouldn't be talking like this or sending explicit pics to each other whatsoever. That's so fucking weird. And now, as far as I know, this guy Lucas doesn't have any disabilities mentally or anything like that, so a fully capable 16-year-old, mentally at least, should, once he finds out that the girl is 12, just drop it, bro. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to do that for a lot of people here on YouTube. It's ridiculous. Like, YouTube has this huge pedophilic problem where people are just out here sending random sexually charged messages to young kids, interacting with their fans in weird ways. I don't understand why the wrong people end up getting these platforms and then just throwing it all away because all this other stuff came out. As I was saying before with this situation, this guy is in the prime of his career. This is like early 2021. Apparently this is the prime of his life right now, on YouTube at least. Getting millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views, right? He's killing it. And bro decides to celebrate by getting nudes from a 12-year-old. 12-year-old. I genuinely do not know how somebody could rationalize something like that as being good in their head. Like, it really doesn't make sense to me.
Late 2022, Weegeepie's next relationship was with a girl that he had met via Roblox and soon solicited nudes from. It was initially presumed that she was 15 years old, but a handful of Weegeepie's friends soon found out that she was not 15, but had actually just turned 13, having been 12 years old when they first met. You know, if you keep talking with her, it'll come right back at your face, especially if it's with someone you had a relationship with. She's 13, she's too young. Really, leave her, you're putting yourself into Don't ignore me, I'm serious. I'm not ignoring you, what do you want me to tell you? Duh, nothing. Just stop talking with a 13-year-old kid that sent you nudes. Now, any normal person who realized that someone had lied about their age and that they were actually much younger than previously thought would immediately cut them off, especially if they're a 13-year-old who sent you nudes. But Weegeepie, as you may have already figured out, is not a normal person. He made it seem as if he had broken up with this girl and cut her off, but in reality he kept dating her for over a year. You can see this message here where he feigns cutting her off on the 12th of December 2022, and yet just a few hours later you can see flirty messages and images of toys. Now there is some confusion about the girl's age because the screenshots we have are definitive proof that Weegeepie knew she was 13, but she states that she had just turned 12 when they started dating, but with nothing to back it up considering Weegeepie deleted all his DMs with her. For the sake of safety, we're going to go with the age that Weegeepie absolutely knows because we have proof for it, but I think it's worth mentioning. Weegeepie, for most of his relationship, was 18, dating and sexting a 13-year-old. What the f***?
Okay, so now I have like a serious question. Like, I don't understand why more people don't know about this, why more people haven't been covering it. And, you know, I don't really blame them because honestly, I just found out about it myself. But it kind of like starts to make you think that if these freaks are able to hide out in plain sight, basically with 2 fucking million subscribers, and they're out here talking to 13-year-olds that they met on Roblox, dating them for a year, man. Like, you know, and here's another thing too, right? I don't understand this. As soon as you hear a young girl's voice, why are you attracted to that? Like, it's just, it's really weird, man, because it's like you think as soon as you hear a young girl's voice, a normal person's brain would just think, hey, you know, this girl's young, let's not get sexual with her. But instead of that, this freak over here, after being lied to about her age, which was still under the age of 18, finds out that she's even more under the age of 18 and starts doing things that Homelander himself wouldn't even be able to get me to do. And you're telling me this guy hasn't lost his channel yet? Like, what?
Bye, good girl. Don't daddy makes me want to stay even longer. Princess, good girl. According to the girl and the DMs, he also received nudes from this 13-year-old and seemingly kept them despite knowing her age, as well as sending nudes of himself. So he sent Weegeepie nudes and he kept them. My question is, did he say that he got after them? Yes, he literally did it on call with his whimpers. Oh, he has my nudes too, yeah. No, like on the files. With my nudes, I saw a girl that wasn't me. I just offered to let him see me shower and he said yes to see me a lot, but at the start of the relationship, he wanted to see me myself and would beg me to let him see me naked and shower. I was uncomfortable showing him, so I said no a lot. He begged me so much to the point I just showed him. He would only beg until he got tired or I showed him. I didn't know what to say. He mentioned that I lied about my age and said I was 15 to him at the start, but when like nudes back and forth continued, he definitely knew like a week or 2 weeks into nudes or before, and the nudes stopped this month, like 3 or 2 weeks ago. Additionally, Lucas also sent pictures of his face and himself shirtless, which I'm censoring because putting it in will probably get this video a privacy complaint. But of course, it gets even worse. During one conversation in late December 2022, Lucas makes an explicit expression to meet up in real life with this 13-year-old and do sexual acts with her. Do it and keep on going until your arm hurts. I want to do it with you. I can't call, baby. I'm sorry I can't. Rip. I can't. What? I love you so much. Me too. I just want you. Come here, babe. I can't. Soon, don't worry. No, explain. I want to live with you. Well, me too. I asked 2 months ago, you said you can't. I can't though. I'm so confused. Well, I don't know. See? Nothing. Just come here, I don't know. I hate it here, I can't, I love you. But you're coming in a month. Maybe. What do you mean, maybe? I'm sorry, I love you so much. It's hard for me. At one point, Lucas, the 18-year-old, allegedly sent her a hotel for them to meet up at. Was that him telling you to go there if you were to go to him? Yeah. She also says, he wanted to babysit me. Ew, what the f***? Like, cause I would've gone with my dad. Like, he planned it all out. It's worth noting that the reason there aren't so many DMs for a year-long relationship is because, as we mentioned before, Weegeepie cleared all of his DMs with this girl. Whilst Weegeepie was dating and sexting a 13-year-old, he also got into a relationship with another girl. Thankfully, this individual was only a year younger than Lucas, being 17 whilst he was 18, but Lucas's actions don't improve. Haha, would you still want to sex if I was your cousin? I mean, I would. I love you too much. There's also these messages which I'm not gonna read, and also these voice messages, which we thankfully can play, but brace yourself.
I want to shower with you. Nah, it's okay, it's okay.
Dude, you know what? I'm convinced I will never see Luigi in the same light ever again thanks to this guy. Like, he actually sounds like Luigi. I can't lie, man. I mean, this looks horrible. A lot of you guys might remember, or if you don't, it was a while back. I don't really blame you. When I mentioned that I had a Mount Rushmore of freaks on the channel, right? This is covering all the stuff that we went over, right? Every PDF file, every abuser, everything, right? Just to give you guys an idea of who's in the top 5, EDP and Vosh. Need I say more? And you know what? I think we're gonna have to chisel Weegeepie's face smack dab in the middle of those two I just mentioned, because what the fuck? It's already bad enough that you're talking to the minor and, you know, trading nudes with her, moaning in her ear and stuff like that. That's already bad enough. Trying to meet up with her and going so far as to send her hotels near you? Nigga, what are you doing?
By this point in the timeline, Weegeepie's relationship had been going for a while, but was being impacted by previously discussed victims coming out with their experience in early 2024 via documents. These rumours made the girl contemplate cutting contact with Lucas, and when he got wind of it, his method of response would be threats and manipulation. They will bully me. No, because you're gonna block them. You're still lying right now, I swear to God. Is that an excuse? They won't bully you because you're gonna block them. You're not on my side. I am. Then do it. Can I just make an account? Absolutely not. To talk to you? No. Please? I won't fall for that. Do what I said or I'm breaking up with you and I'll expose you alongside everyone else. I am not taking this lightly. I'm even thinking about taking this to court. This is literal harassment. If you don't want to do it, that obviously means you're on their side. Eventually, she left their relationship, but that only seemed to amplify his unhinged behaviour. He would go as far as to try and blackmail her with threats to take this to the authorities. So...
Dude, what? Take it to the authorities, my guy. You're gonna incriminate yourself. What do you do? You know, matter of fact, you go on and do that, please, because you gotta have some sort of punishment for all this freak shit that you're doing, okay? Like, my goodness, how stupid could you be? This is literally the crack dealer calling the cops and trying to report a robbery, not even knowing that he's going to go down himself. And that is the funniest part about this entire situation, that somebody like this could actually think that they have the ability to even dare to think about going to the authorities. Honestly, among the people who actually know about this situation, I think it's safe to say that they would have wanted you to go to the authorities with that, because at least you'd be off of YouTube and in jail. And I'll tell you something, man, they do not like chomos in jail. As soon as they find out that you were talking to minors and doing all this other stuff, bro, oh, it's lights out, buddy. And I think it's even worse that he responded in a worse way than he did the first time, because the first time, if you remember, it was just a tweet. But now he's gonna go ahead and make a second channel called Weegeepie's Alt with his first name at the header, talking about the allegations with the comments turned off. If that's not an admission of guilt, like, I don't know what is. I mean, well, besides the dozens of text messages that we have of him actually confirming that he got nudes from a minor and is into minors, like, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I mean, when people say that this is like the worst year to be under the age of 18, they mean that. I can't make a better statement if I tried. The latter half of this year has just been ridiculous, dude. And keep in mind, all this stuff came out a while ago too, which is blowing my mind that, I don't know, I'm just hearing about it right now, or that other big YouTubers are just hearing about it, if they have at all. And that's why it's so important that, you know, no matter your audience size, if you come across something crazy like this, you gotta make a video about it. You gotta talk about it, because you don't know how stuff could end up going for a person like this. They could get off scot-free like this guy basically is. He could still make money off of his videos, which is insane. On top of that, I'm pretty sure he can still monetize his videos, which is crazy to me. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.